My name is Paul Robinson. I'm a research director at Southwest Research and Information Center in Albuquerque, New Mexico. And Southwest Research is a nonprofit organization that does science and education work. And I've been working as a staff member on resource development issues there since 1976. Okay. I think that one of the goals of a symposium is to provide a broad set of information that hasn't been available in the communities so that people in Pittsylvania County, people in the state, can have a fuller picture of what uranium mining and milling means, since most of the information has come from a company trying to get into business as opposed to an independent analyst. And so convening the symposium to talk about the market issues, how the market has deteriorated in terms of price and demand since the deposit was announced, talking about the health issues since uranium itself is hazardous and its decay products are also hazardous, and also talking about the ways in which communities are affected. People from uranium mining communities in the Southwest and people who've been out to uranium mining communities in Africa where the technology has not advanced in the way the U.S. Has had its technology advance. So there's unreclaimed pits, there's waste that spills out of trucks rather than being cleaned up. So there's a number of different perspectives that are being presented. There's a expert from Canada who's talking about what the Canadian experience is. There is no desert in Canada, so that all their mining occurs in humid net precipitation climates like Virginia. Denison Mines, the one operator of uranium mill in the U.S., has their company president on the board of Virginia Uranium. So the operations in Ontario, where Denison Mines was active, and the experience in Utah, where Denison Mines currently has a facility. Those are very important examples for Virginians to be aware of, and then hopefully find out more information on their own. And New Mexico is the state that has produced more uranium in the U.S. than any other state. And when I started working there in the late 70s, there was a uranium boom. There were 35 mines operating and about a half dozen uranium mills. It's a very extensive operation. And that industry has closed down in all cases. There's no uranium production in the state now, and all the mills have been demolished. All the tailings piles are undergoing reclamation, and the current boom in uranium marketing is not likely to result in much boom in production because there's so much uranium readily available in other countries and so much uranium readily available by reuse of nuclear weapons material. Blending the uranium and nuclear weapons down to reactor grade is a way to destroy nuclear weapons in a very authentic and lasting way. And there's enough for several very large uranium mines in that weapons grade material, both US and Russian. And there's also several 100,000 tons of uranium in uranium enrichment tailings, which is a byproduct of one of the uranium processing steps after milling. And all that is uranium mined in the U.S. that can be reused and is, I think, a better source of uranium than mining virgin land like would happen if the Virginia uranium deposit were to move forward. One of the problems that Virginia faces is that it does not have a mining law that requires management of mines and mine wastes to prevent pollution or reclaim those lands to a productive post-mining land use. And that weakness in terms of a lack of an effective law or regulatory program was recognized in the early 80s at the time the Virginia uranium deposit was first discussed. And the moratorium that was established in the state to prevent uranium mining was in part because of the need for that program. That program hasn't been adopted. There are examples in other states and the lack of a mine regulation and requirement for mine land being returned to productive post-mining land use, and have a financial guarantee to ensure that that's done, Virginia is still vulnerable to mining without reclamation, as it was when the deposit was first discussed.